no. Why are you doing this to me? Oh my goodness. Whoa, why? That's the... I don't like that. Alright. Yeah, it doesn't like the, doesn't like me moving, that's for sure. Welcome to the stream. We're gonna do some detailing today. Making some drawings. Having some fun. Or CAD fun, I guess. Maybe we'll draw up some stuff. I think I'm going to make a list of, or a package of like design parts, and then maybe like a sample header or something like that. There's a bunch of stuff that I wouldn't mind to do. It's like a package that you pay once for, like $65, and then I just add to it as time goes on. Something like that. That would be kind of nice. Something like that. I can still see, I think. Peripheral vision, but not in vision. Okay, that's great. Get some music going on. I was actually thinking about playing a movie. Let's do what's the feel good music? I don't play the feel good songs. I woke up this morning there and I was thinking about what soundtrack was that? It was like for some movie. Like Twilight or something. Yeah, it was Twilight. I was gonna say. It's like for the period where that movie, I actually forget when it was made. It had to be in like 2010 or something. 2008, 2010, somewhere around there. Decent soundtrack. Good collection of songs there. The movie, I don't know. I think it resonated with people. I have a line in my screen. Is that in? No, it's definitely in the screen. Oh, it's the corner of my thing here. I was like, what's going on there? That's pretty annoying. Okay, that's better. I don't think, yeah. Let's do window projector just to see. Yeah, nothing annoying. Ooh, there is a lot of it. I just kind of assumed that it was all good. Keep on. I keep on moving. Oh, I keep on moving down here. Alright. Good enough. Alright. So what was I doing? I was just starting to make drawings for this stuff here. Now I looked outside for a little bit and there's still snow on the ground and it is really bright out today. And now my vision won't focus very well. So which happens actually pretty often when I have that sudden change. So just taking a couple minutes. Eye strain is shitty. So look at something near, look at something far, look at something near, look at something far. There we go. It's good enough. Good enough. Get on this thing here, Stream Manager. Yeah, sounds good. Nice. Yeah, I got a few this week. Got a few new followers, which is fantastic. I can't wait. More the merrier, obviously. Trying to grow the stream into something that's fun, you know. All I'm doing is CAD work, but maybe there's other CAD people out there that want to hang out with other CAD people. I don't know. Engineers. Hanging out with engineers. Yeah, I think it's probably a normal thing. Although I'm not an engineer. I do engineering work, though. Sort of. No, I don't do calculations. No calcs today. So, did I leave off with the hex bin? Yeah, hex bin drawing. I'll go from there. I'm a little bit scatterbrained today. Boom, 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 boom. Editable. Generate all levels. I don't think I can actually. Where was this one made from? Was it here? Hexbin V2, V12? Where's V12? Oh, it's definitely that one. Yeah, embedded stuff there. Should have chose a bigger drawing. Why don't I just do the bolt circle? Selection. Okay. Center mark. Didn't I select all of them? Oop. Lots of typical things in this. Say what? Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Bomber. All right. Why is it so big? I guess I'll just leave it there. Friggin' huge. Bunch of crap. So bad. The information's there, but still. There's the balloon. Oh my gosh. Wah 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 wah. Same type of thing. Just gonna do some dimensiones here. What the hell? Oh. Well, it's not obviously updating. This is why I really liked the other. Yeah. Yeah. And I try this one for this one. This time. I think the feel good songs are over. shuffle it. There is a little bit more room on this one. It's funny that the project one doesn't update. Strange. That's nice. Yeah, it's coming along, man. Not bad. Oh well, I guess I just have to. Hmm. Oh boy. Boom. I remember the first time I heard this song, it was well, not the first time. The first time I heard it in a car with a big stereo, it was a lot of subwoofers. Wonder what happened to that guy. He was kind of an asshole. And again, I guess just how he was. I shouldn't say that. I think he just didn't. He got really protective of whatever that was. He wanted to have the best of everything, and he always thought he was the best and most knowledgeable. I guess that's just ego. Maybe I was the asshole. Best friends, Brad. So this one's just kind of like the other one, but it's just the volume, so should be easy enough. Oh. Window one. This is kind of a template as well, although it's a slightly different size, I think. Maybe it's not. I don't know. Quadrant. The fucking dialogue box. Hello. Half of the time it doesn't work. Left from me. Nope, that's not right. Template. Come on. Garbage. The trouble with doing things on the cheap, everything takes forever. Yeah, it's the same. I did that on purpose. Left from me. Best friends, right? So if I do these sort of things. Everybody. I don't like doing the inside. This is kind of necessary. Boom, 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 boom. So typical. I guess it was original at that time, eh? Print. That's enough of that song. X-Bins foam insert. It's kind of neat to have drawings, right? And the base. That's fine. It just looks funny. Softly. So much bass. I do 2 to 1. Make it nice and a big. That's where all the stuff is going. I forgot how much like bass there really was. I thought I could double click a lot of stuff in this and I can't anymore. I think they must have changed it. Either that or it's the wrong program. So softly with a song. So there's 12 magnets in this particular one. I left the bottom one in, but I didn't. Well, there could be 12 magnets. So there's two cavities. I left it in just for if the person wants to stop it. There doesn't actually need to be. Doesn't even need to be a bottom, like a base to it. Yeah, you know, I'm gonna change that. It's just come on, Fusion. Fuck. Softly. Fuck's sake. Wowza. Nah. Say my name, say my name. Ah, whatever, I'll just play all this shit. Good enough. That's nice. I can actually turn that sound completely off and you guys still have some music. That's good. Excellent. There we go. Na 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 na. Deletes. How did I make this? Oh, these are copy paste. What's this one for? I don't know why I brought that in. That was, there's no reference to it. Was that for the magnets? Maybe? That's what it was. That's what it was. I just didn't bother to delete it. Or did I? Oh, I did. Okay, that's good. So in here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Baby. Say my name, say my name. Good bass lines in these songs. So I think before I do all that stuff there, I'm gonna delete. Same. Great song. I guess I'll have to do it manually. I mean, this is ridiculous. Whatever. Is that where the body was created? Oh, it was created with the boundary fill. Okay. So, boundary fill, cut. So it's made, yeah, the way I did this. So instead of, so right here, I can delete these all in one shot. Come on. Do the least amount of work here. Use my brain a little bit. Work smart, not hard, right? For some reason, I always think Doctor Who when I hear the Spice Girls, or any. I don't know why. Probably that era. It's a good riff. Corfy installed. Alright. See, automatically less the detail. Isn't that great? I'll do the math for you. 4.4, it's 1.9. 2 mil, it's 0.8 from the top, 2 layers. Might actually need more than 2 layers, but it's got good layer adhesion, it should be alright. Fortnite. You know, it actually worked this time. Doom, 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 doom. messy. A little bit messy. It's understandable though. Better. No diggity. One, two, three, four, five, six. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Great. Hex bins. Foam insert, which is basically the same as the other one. Dun 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 dun. Friggin' AI in here now? Jeez. Hex bin. Hex bins bin. Base insert. Foam insert. Window template. Hex bin's top with window. Hex bin's top. So hex bin. Bin. Bins. Bin. Bin. Too fast. Technically it is a lid. I call it a top though. Top with window. Top window. Spins. All parts. Hex bins base. Hex bins bin. Hex bins foam insert. Hex bins top. Top. Not toy up. Top. Hex bins top window. Hex bins with hex bins top with window. Top window, hex bins. Top with window frame. Yeah, good enough. I should include hey there, DIY superstar. It's killing me. Thank you for picking up one of our project kits. We're so excited. You're here. You're about to dive into hands-on adventure. It's all about creating something amazing from scratch, whether you're totally beginner or seasoned builder. This kit is your ticket to a good time and some serious skills. I don't think that's, I don't know. It's not a DIY kit anymore. It's just a fabrication kit. I was thinking about doing maybe just a simple instead of this, just like an HTML file I can copy, and then maybe just change the properties so it's not like, I don't know, it's a little more, so the overview and all that stuff can be actually nicely done. Or straightforward, I don't know. One more time. So doing the parts lists, and the tools and stuff like that. I could just do the magnets. Something like that. That's enough of that one. Nah. I gotta do ISIS baby. No, I was hearing shit. Thought my dad came home. 5-inch, 8-hole. See, this could be oh, Modellin nightly. I could make a web page for each one of these, and if there's a problem, yo, I'll solve it. With the bass kicked in and the Vegas are pumping, quick to the point, no faking, cooking MCs like a pound of bacon. Crazy when I hear a Seminole hat with a souped up tempo. And my 5.0 with the rag top down so my hair can blow. Say hi, didn't stop, no, to the next block. A1A, Beachfront Avenue. Shade with the gauge of vanilla with the 9. Let me think about that for a while. Because I could do, I don't know, like instructions or something. Yeah. Go poet. So, steel mass in the tower, drawing, and the step file for everything. And that's cut like a razor blade so fast. Do you say, damn? Tell about it. I'm trying to get loose, magnetized with the mic, kick my juice. Hey, back again. Welcome back. Oh, you're a first time chatter. Never mind. Well, thanks for dropping by. Please spread your stuff. I'll give you 10 more seconds. I give you 10 more if you actually start chatting. But you're a bot, most likely. I think that's good for that one. Oops. No, I don't think there's any more backstreet. Nice. Alright. You had your moments of fame. Goodbye, sir. Moon. Ooh. You're not in a real. Get about it. I don't know, that's just background noise. Thought it was actually quite a bit. Maybe the mic is just too sensitive. Oh, hey. What's going on? Welcome to the stream. I just got finished doing a bunch of drafting. I'm hemming and hawing about making instructions for these things. I don't really want to. I don't want to because it's a lot of work, but for each one that I do, it's only... I don't know. It's like a section. So each one I do is repeatable for other things. I'll think about it. Let's see here. Add to archive. Do a zippity zip file. Let's do xbins. Xbins. Ooh. In a real. Forget about it. Need to lower that in my headphones a little bit. Should be just background music, right? Okay. So the exhaust parts, where are you? I want to pin you. I think I'm gonna do... I think that's gonna be... Oh, the laptop stand. Yeah. Should probably do that one too. I do like the one here. Interview. Oh, sure is a beautiful day here. I probably say that like 10 times a stream. Comment on the weather because I got like a, what do you call it? I got the window right next to me. Albeit it's quite high, so I can only see the trees. I can't see the houses or my backyard or anything, but it's still really nice. Got the window open. Got the fan going. My editable. Can I change this? I don't know, it's annoying. Read it only. Yeah, it's nice, eh? Feels like winter is finally subsiding. Did you get some gaming in last night? There we go. I show you these sweet exhaust parts that I did. I did these yesterday. On and off. Pretty cool. And then for the rendering. All nice. A couple other ones here too. But thank you. Nope, just buy. Nope. And yeah, no Montel. I guess we'll play Wonderwall. DSM T25. Is there a reason why this is only... Oh, maybe I don't have the... I gotta double check that. Should double check everything actually. Early Chrysler. I had one of these. Actually, I think I bought this one off the old man. Wait, I do. LSX flange. I did all these like a while ago. The two, those two that I showed you earlier, those are the ones that I did yesterday. I think I modified the collector too yesterday. Did I? Don't know how. Oh yeah, I should probably do that. That saves me. So a lot of the times people will, they do this backwards. So instead of yeah, so that's not correct. See if I can bring all of this. Let's delete that. How far is this here? 25. If I roll back to here. Skeeches. I like to say to you, but I don't know how. 25. Actually, I should probably do it all. So do the big block here, and then I have this one. And then what's nice about these... Oops. The T4 flame. Oh, this is just the collector in this one here. Yeah. It's witchcraft if you don't know like what's going on, but it's really not that bad. So I think this is between here and here, and it looks like it is. But what I want to do is profile 1. I'm gonna say connected. Can I do? Yeah, there we go. First, do 3D Sketcher, add some stuff in, 3D geometry, and now I'm going to, is that the outside? I should be able to connect these, right? Good. Is it genie in a bottle? Holy moly. Add rails. This just makes the math a little easier for the program, and it gets me exactly what I want. Sort of. Technically speaking, it should be down a little bit, but I want to actually see what this does to it. Let's see here. Because I don't remember. Instead of all willy-nilly. Direction 0. Okay. Yeah. So more tangent. Kind of want this more tangent too. So if I was to, I think I can connect these two here, right? Oh geez. Man, doing stuff doing stuff from the before times. When did I first make this? This was May 31st, 2020. I first did this model. So I was probably doing this because I was bored. kind of like I'm now, but I was doing a little bit more of this kind of work at the time. Was I doing that at the time? Oh no, I had to stop doing it because it's May. No, that was about right. Yeah. That is not the right thing. 1.5. There we go. Technically to be 1.5875. Not 15. My eyes. Yeah, no problem, dude. Ah, Metallica. I always forget about Metallica for some reason. Why is this thing trying to do like it's so dumb? You can't do 15. Why even bother? So that was this piece here, the T4 flange. What are these here? 4826. And then I think this should actually have 1.563, 1.565. Yep. This should actually have a little bit of tolerance to it and another one on top of that. Can I do... So this should be... it's a at least 10 thousandths of an inch, maybe 15. 15,000. So 0.3. Even a half a mil is fine. 0.5. So we'll do half. And then this will be 2 mil. 1.5875 plus 0.5. So this will be 1.5875. No. Plus 0.5. So between there and there, and then that should be correct. And then we got to make sure it accounts for the outside. I think it does. It takes in everything. Yep. So if I look at this straight on, it should be on the outside. Yeah. And 1.5875. Do I have? Yeah, ortho faces. So 1.587. Oh, never mind. 14. I did it right the first time. So tolerance built in, very, very important. These should metal match. And then if I wanted to get like really specific, I could make like this raised up a little bit and have like a centering lip. But I think that's okay for what we're doing here. So like this flange, or I could just do it to a round. So that's the other thing too. So we could do rename 4 to 4 to 1 collector. 4 into T4. 4 into T4 flange. And then I could do hop E. Exhaust perts. I'll do 4 into a 2.5. Which is it's essentially the same thing. Yep. Save that, why not? Rename. Editable. Rename 4 into 2.5. Oh, 216. Oh, no special things. Let's do a 3. So 4 into 3. Hey, thanks for following. Appreciate that. Right on. Oh no. Oh cool. All right. Did you find your eyes? Oh shit, right on. 2 accounts. Damn. One for mischievous things. So we'll go back. You can delete this and its contents. Oh boy. So we're gonna edit this sketch, and this is gonna be 3-inch. Whoa. 3 inches. Hey, what's going on? 76.2. Yep. And then delete all. I'm still in it. Derp. I love this. Fusion is so garbage sometimes. Like it just it's good in a sense. In one sense, but it's just they just can't figure out how to get out of stuff sometimes. So bad. Frustrating. Like that's schedule 80 or schedule 40. 1.5. 4272. Yeah, absolutely. Oh no. I did that exact same thing, you know that? Same thing. It's such a huge pain in the ass because then it's like, oh well, now you gotta go and subscribe to a whole bunch of people and bullshit. That's it, hey. Let's get rid of those. Delete. I guess I'll delete them all. Nothing's happening there. So the second one should be okay. Yeah. I said top. Negative, what do you say, 0.5? Oh, it's 0.15. This thing is dying. There we go. Negative. And then I want this to be 0.062, no, yeah, 65 plus 0.015. Oh, 625. My brain is garbage. Yeah, that's. Too bad I gotta do this over again. Maybe not. And I get rid of this. Let's do a. So if you have a one like this, and a one like this, and you go between the two with a lofty loft, you can do tangent to both of those or curvature, and it should work out perfectly because it looks symmetrical. You say new body, some new bodies, remove those afterwards, and then you're left with this beautiful collector, the bone collector. So the bottom one is actually the only one you really need to get rid of. This one here, oops, can have like an inch of slip, and we're going to actually join that, but turn off the bottom body. Oh no, it's like the way I picked it. Alright, never mind. I'll just do new body. And then just join these two. And then shell. Actually, with the shell, sometimes I know better. You should always save it and then do your crazy shit. I know 625. And you got this really nice looking collector. All right. And then you can do something funsies. So I'll do that. 4 into 3. I'm going to create a tool to make that form too, I think. So you put a round tube in there and then it'll form it into this shape. Yeah, just creating stuff in 3D. You could probably get into this pretty quickly, I think. Yeah, the idea is to create any 3D shape. In this program, at least, you start off with a 2D shape, and that 2D shape you just gotta trace on something, or you draw that out. Give me 1 second. So this one here. Actually, I'm not gonna do that yet. Okay, why not? Bring that in, and then I want to bring in the 2.5, a T3. Or no, I did a T4. I'm sorry. T4. Where's the T4 flange? Nope, not that one. This one. So this is actually one of the ideas. Out of here. So that's grounded. I'm gonna unground from parent. I'm going to joint this guy in the middle to the origin. And then I'm going to joint this to this one here. there. Boom. And if I do a... So you could weld around there, weld all the way around the outside. And I'm just going to do a quick inspection. See if I did my job right. Hopefully I did. Section analyses. Flip. Should be a little bit of a gap there. Yeah, beautiful. And then, yep, just a little bit of a lip if there is any. So, and that's just to weld all the way here, and then this could be welded on this side here. So you melt the half, and then melt a half again. That could be super strong, or you just weld one side. You figure you're gonna hang a big turbo off this. It's gonna be, you're gonna want some strength to it. They probably weld on the inside and then port it. Make it look really nice. Yeah. So that's kind of cool. But you even do one with what do you call it? Like with a wastegate on the side of it? Like a wastegate port, something like that. This would be, you probably want this in the flow. So usually, like this is just straight in. You're gonna want to have something like that, like right off the side, maybe. And a lot of the times this would be, okay, it's like we're just gonna cut it in the side of the collector to release some of the pressure. But you'd want to have some sort of flow, maybe a little bit nicer. We can make this a little longer, have that transition like flow out of the side, something like that. There's a lot of cool ways to do that. Let's see here. Bop, 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 bop. Whoa. Cool. Save. I'm gonna do this to exhaust parts. T4 to 3 flange. And 4 into 3 vector. Yeah, I could give you a crash course on how to draw something in 3D. Here it is. You need to draw a sketch in order. That's your outline that I was talking about before. Hang on. I gotta sneeze. Good thing that didn't go into the microphone. Would have hurt something. Wizard. So you create a sketch. So I'm on a plane in a sketch mode, and say I want to create my, I don't know, my shape. Create my shape. Right, whatever that shape ends up being. And then to make this in 3D, you extrude it up out of that shape. So, you know, you create that as like a 3D element. And then essentially that's basically however, like that's the core principle of 3D modeling. So of this type of 3D modeling anyway. So not sculpting, but like sketch-based modeling. So you have that, and then you could create a sketch on any one of these things. So like to further it. So you want like a hole here or something. So the idea is that you're in a sketch, but now you need to get something. So you project or copy what that surface looks like onto this one, so that now your sketch has this from that piece. You can draw like a hole on it or something, and then you can accurately put that hole somewhere. I won't get into constraints yet. And give it an actual size. I don't know, like 15. And then it's the same thing. So you just extrude that piece in, and you can have a hole. All right, so now there's a hole there. And if you want to go all the way through, you can go all the way through. You say all. So now it's all the way through. Yeah, and you can do this like with pretty much anything. Let's do text. I'll just do it on here somewhere. 43. Excellent. I don't know, 15. So now we have this here. I'm just moving this like so it's on top of that. And we can move this up. Maybe 2. So now we have that. Right? And then you can there's so much more like things that you can do in here. So like for example, you want to take this, now I want this back curved instead. So you could just do a sketch again, and then it could be like something really funky too, like whatever you want. You turn off the body, make another sketch, turn the body back on. You want it to be, I don't know, something like this. Like wavy, something like that. And then this is like the cool part about fusion. So fusion means like it's a bunch of things that go together, like, you know, working together, fuse things together. And that's the idea, that you can use a lot of the different features with all the other features after you're finished with it, or it can be manipulated or whatever, however you want to call it that. So I'll just do this really quick. What I'm going to do is make a surface which has no thickness, right? And now I can make that face, or make this back face, or replace it with the next one here. As a guide surface. So now that whole surface is like that. And I could do it the next way too, like do a compound curve or something like that if I wanted to. Lots of really neat things to go in here. And then say I'm pretty sure that this works now. You weren't actually able to do compound curvature before, but I'm going to try it. So we're going to do the same thing. Texts. Four, 4, 3, 4, right? What was it? 3, 3, 4, 3. Okay, well you got the next one. Something like that. And we could even move this. Something like that. And the cool part about this, it's because it's curved, like you can make it straight in and out, but you can emboss it so that it actually follows the undulations of all this. And we're going to select that, and then we're going to actually sink it into it. Or we can push it out so you can all exaggerate it. Hopefully this works. Sometimes it breaks. Here we go. 6 mil or something. Yeah, so you see it's like the perfect kind of curve. Follows the curve on the outside. Or you can put it into the material as well. We had to cheat this before because it wouldn't do the curvature. Let's do -2. Do 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 do. Yeah. So kind of cool. Yeah. Lots of fun. And then, you know, you could add your hoop-de-woos on it. Fillets. You could chamfer one. Oops. Chamfer the other. Maybe something different. I'll probably break this right here. Good enough. You do like tapped holes and stuff like that. It's pretty neat stuff, you know. And then the nice part about it is you can not dimension things and kind of just go by the look of it, or you can make everything super precise. That's like what's a lot of fun with Fusion. Like you could make a stamp. Like there's a whole bunch of different stuff, right, that you can make with this. That's just kind of how it starts, like for the manufacturer. So if you want to 3D print it, you know, then go from there. And then I think there's direct modeling too, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think it's done in this mode. I have to change the design history and then I can move shit around. How do I do that? Is there a direct modeling feature? They might have changed it. I don't know. Shit. No, I'm thinking of another program. No. Anyways. So, just playing around with stuff. Same with, and kind of same with that too. Like this is just a, hey, I'm using this as a flange, but if I wanted to create like a new part, for example, this would be like I don't know, like schedule, I don't even know what this is, schedule 10, like manifold parts. I'm not sure. 1.5 by 3. To 1.5 by 3 centerline radius, CLR. Document settings needs to be inches. Oh. I said do ever long. technically speaking, I don't need this. I just do that for whatever reason. So if this was 3, I said 3, damn it. Yeah, if that's locked into there, then these should be tangent. And in fact, they are. Add some bleeders on. And then this is now a sweep, or I can actually do a revolve because this is it's just a like a standard. Ooh, not all the way. 90. There we go. Just an arc or a revolve. 0.065. Something like that. Turn off all the sketches. Probably easier ways to do this. That's how I wanted to do it, though. So save that. And then I can bring this into, oops, this one here. No, not that one. The other one. So if I wanted to have a wastegate, have this wastegate come off somewhere for some sort of flow, I guess. We'll just shitties and gigglies it here, right here for now. We're gonna do it to this end, right in the middle, and say we're gonna go up. I don't know. You know, X amount, I guess. But if I wanted to do it like just off the side, like I'm bleeding off pressure, something like that, and then this is within the 2 tubes, like I could even do, let's see here, if I was to turn on some of the sketches, where are they at here? I guess it doesn't matter that much. So here, and put that right on. Oops. Right in the end. We're going to flip that, and then we're going to move it down. Somewhere kind of like this. So it's going to be 38.1 divided by 2. And then now I should be able to, I'm actually wondering if it'll create a new body if I do that. Okay, so those aren't selectable. I actually have to break the link of this because it's going to be a new piece. Break link. And then this would actually be broken here as well. So to get that flow to be somewhat nice, or it looks like it anyways. if we were to go into here, because that's where it's supposed to end, say minus 25. So in this particular configuration, this collector should be a little bit longer. And it's probably going to be larger than 1.5 inches. I'm just doing that for demonstration. We could actually change this to replace the component, and then everything will be so split this body with this tool. Don't have to extend it. And then this body here is now should be in a couple pieces, or no? Did it do it? No, it did not. Cut with this and this. It's gonna die. No, don't die. Yeah, I would do an extension. It's right on the edge there. That's why. He's being bad. So, what I like to do is just create a cutting surface. Sometimes using these things is not great, and sometimes it's got to go down a little bit to like a little bit more. So if this doesn't work, I have to go down slightly. So cut this one off. Oh geez, I did it again. Use the whole thing. There we go. Beautiful. So it gives me like a really nice cut. This isn't necessarily what I want. So what I like to do, now that I have the cut, I want to from this body, easiest way to do it is just to come in here and select this surface, this one, and the top, delete them, and then create a new thickness for the whole thing, negative 1.5. So that was the same thing, and then it's actually the material with its proper thickness all the way around. And then it's going to have that same curvature because this bottom piece is the same, if I'm not mistaken. So it actually might go into that a little bit. Let's take a look. Let's try and like make the best of both worlds here. Yeah, it's interfering a little bit. Realistically, it's just this edge here. So, do that. Maybe we can have a mix of the two. So now we have a top curve here. And then the back part and all here I would want from the other Well, I've never actually really thought about this. I've always just done it the other way. And thicken them up as I go, cut them. Might actually be able to do the best of both worlds. I wonder if the interference would be I have to think about this for a minute. So if I have this for the top piece and then I just subtract again, down. Is there a faster way to do that? Hey now. Yeah, I could actually just do that again. And it should cut the, I don't need to, oh, why? There we go. So it cuts the back. Perfect. So guaranteed to fit everywhere. Whoa. And then from here, making the, be able to do a boundary fill. Nope. I need to make ends for these things. Some you can do shell but in reverse. Is it 1.5? No, 1.5 but outside. I could just do this. So number 8, and then this whole surface 1.5 should be the inside. Europe. Cuts tool. Whoa. And then the cutting tool. Because that's the inside. That's the hole that I need to cut this other one with. This one here. So if I break the link on this one. Where are you? There we go. Technically speaking, the cut tool should be on that one. And then I can cut the hole. Cut the hole. So there's the one hole. And then there's this one here. Is that right? Yeah, it looks right. Schmerp. Ain't that something? Hey, that's cool. No problem. Let's get Well. So maybe we don't want to grind off a whole bunch of this stuff. What's a good way to tackle that? So now that I have, that's ideally something like that. Turn off this. But this is going to cut a bunch of stuff on the inside. But we really only want a cut straight down. So we're kind of in another situation where we want the outside hole like this, but maybe not the inside, like for manufacturing anyways. So if we were to split the face with this one, what would we get here? Split this face with the splitting tool. Right. And then if we went back to thicken, not chain selection, offset. This one, using the wrong one here. Just the one face, 0 offset. I'm in the wrong thing here. 0 offset. And then I could thicken cut this. Let's do 2. Let's make sure it goes a little bit bigger. Cut. And then that's like a square cut instead of that big swoopy swoop thing that all the way went back all the way up here. Ugh, excuse me. So we look at this is a little bit better. So there's more room here, and then more room for material, essentially. So this is like a 1-for-1 to sit like right on top. We might actually want a material thickness slightly smaller than that to sit all the way around. It's okay here, but maybe not at the front. So maybe we can do, I don't even know if this will work. 1.5. Never tried doing this. Nope. I didn't think it was going to work. That was wishful thinking. So if you look at this in section, so section analyses this way. You can kind of see what I'm talking about there. So here is not going to work. There's not enough space for one. And maybe we can go back in time to where this is. Is there a second joint? There we go. We can go forward a little bit. Why is that reference missing? I must have done something. I forget where I did this. Anyways, yeah, this is a good playlist. It's a 90s hits or something like that. So not a perfect way to Do something like this. But maybe it is. Like, is it? Can't really. I guess you could get in there and weld it. But you're going to want a little bit more material here, regardless. So you'd want this to come maybe in a little bit. But something like that. You might actually want to stick the whole thing through, like just slightly, but for flow, you want it to have it more like that all the way around. So this edge here, no, I think that's fine. It should require welding on both sides anyways. I probably would for a wastegate, or try to anyways. Be prudent. Weld all the way in here and then weld on the one side. So this, I want to do 4 inches instead of 3. 101.6. See what it does to everything. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, it did get lost. Where is this here? Review warning. Reference 1. Delete. Okay. So, which will be strange how that works, eh? Look, it just fixed itself at a joint. Round. And it doesn't even have to be down that far. It can be -15. Something like that. Oh, it did. Edit. My body. Whoa. It's fantastic. That is not the right thing. I see what happened. I don't know why I need to do that, but all right. doing with this one? I forget. This is the thicken and then the cut. Thicken cut. Edits. Feature. Oh, is this a split face? Oh yeah, okay. So this one here, collector, bodies, cut tool. Strange how everything kind of just works out. Oh, maybe not. Delete. No. Two. Okay, that's the original. There we go. I had to do a little bit of cleanup there. So if we wanted this to be like a 2-inch instead, sometimes 2.5. 2 by 3-inch centerline radius. We brought this in. It has sketches and stuff attached to it, so we can always show the dimension. Say 2 inches. And make it nice and big. Maybe it won't. There you go. So, big boy. And that's because on the end here, probably see a bunch of shit more. This one here is not, it's not quadrant to quadrant. So ideally what we would want to do is create a situation where we can do a draw some lines that we can use to use joints on. Horizontal, vertical, if we can. At least one of them. There we go. Finish sketch. And then when we go to use our joint, next one here, instead of that, we can choose here, just like that. And then we don't have to do this like weird calculation. It's always going to be at the right spot. But it might be the wrong way around. For some reason we're not getting our... My eyes. Body. Oh, I've used the wrong one. Let's do... It's this one here, right? There we go. That makes more sense. Yeah, it looks suitable to me. And then all the rest of them pretty much work. Edit the feature. Splitting tool is on the collector. Little bit of Sandra in the sun. So it's variable. You know, it's not too bad. And then we could probably shorten this up actually even a little bit more. So instead of 4-inch, it's I don't know. That probably seems okay. Shorten it up a little bit depending if we don't have room or something. Or we change the angle. Yeah, we can always do that. And the cool part about, I think, doing stuff in CAD, so you get a chance to like really take a good look at what you're doing before it's created. So you're burning time, but you're not burning the material. If you want to change stuff. So if you wanted to fabricate this one part, you could send this to like, you could send that to somebody. It's like, okay, I want this made. Go and make it for me. Or 3D print this part, and then you know your fabricator has something to go off of to make other tooling with. Or if he's like just making a one-off part, then now you can make templates, like, or he has like a physical thing that he can look at. You draw like on paper, you just like use that as like a one-for-one sort of thing. The cool idea is that I'm just gonna save this here. Why not? Turn off the joints. Shave it. This will be my final thing here. I gotta go start some dinner. Throw some things in the oven. Chill out for a little bit. Yeah. Oh yeah. If we wanted to do, where's that collector? 4 into 3. Like that. If we wanted to make something like this, it's like, how do we, if I wanted to form this and I start out with like with a material, how would I make that shape? So if I'm creating something that's round and I want to move it out, then I need to have something that looks like that on the inside. Start with something round and like swage it to look like that. So on the outside, push it over and then push it over again. So we could do, let's do something on the end here. Let's do that. Construction, yes. Plane. Make it big. Make it big, yes. Do the final thing here. This is die making. I'm not even that good at it yet. I gotta read more books and stuff. General idea is create the inside shape that you want. I'm just gonna use boundary fill. And then it should be this one, I think. You select This one? Yep. So now I have something that looks like that. And on the ends here. So this would have to be, I would think, slightly smaller. That's the inside piece. Looks like size for size. So it's gonna have maybe like a cone or something. XYZ. We're gonna do that here, just to start off with. And we might actually even want to do something swoopy. I don't know how long. Something like that. It's probably going to have a screw on it or in a ledge. I don't know, 15. And I don't know, 15 degrees or something. 10. Probably doesn't even need to be that much. Let's do an inch 25 or 20. Yeah, do 25. Why not? It's 30, 32. I'm just throwing out numbers here. And the total length of this piece, this would be like kind of machine dependent. Let's go. What's 50 look like? 60. This guy has to fit on the tube a little bit and then pull the whole wiper over. Let's go 80. And we can revolve, full, and I join that in there. Gonna do like a glossy on this one or something. Agree. There we go. So that's the part we want to make. All the way down to here, and then we'll probably, oops. Can I not select that? Let's create at least another 10, I would imagine. And then this is probably being held by something, I would imagine. So I'm just trying to imagine. I have a piece of pipe. I'm slipping it on here. This could even be just like a base plate, maybe. Like, so it's being crushed into it and then crushed into it again. Or it's a one process, two process sort of thing. So this would be all right, the fixture would probably be slightly smaller. So maybe this wage is slightly larger, maybe by 10 thou. And then smaller by 10 thou and the actual, larger by 10 thou and the one that it presses onto is actual size. And then everything has to be, on an angle as well. So even these would be, 3 degrees or so, because you press that on there, you ain't getting it off if it's not tapered. for sure. And then maybe an ejector or something like that. Something that comes down and then maybe comes apart. 4 pieces. That's a good idea. That's a good way to think about these things. So I have this one part. So if that was sitting on there, extra material maybe. Let's do 15. This thing will have maybe an extra 5 mil. And same, this will be probably all the way up to here. Maybe not. Yeah. It has to have a grip and it's pushing on there. That'd be cool. It's like it's a whole thing, like it's gripping. And so it pushes it in there and the next thing comes along and forms the outside. Because if you imagine, like, it's gonna be rounded all the way around here. This will be stretched then. So into that square shape. And then something else is going to come in and push these things down all the way. So if we had to make a drawing of that, oops, or a sketch rather. I don't even know if that's possible or not. It would probably be straight across too. So not that one. Let's go back. Turn off the bodies. Why aren't you using the tools, Karzy? Probably gonna have to do this again here as soon as I do that. Still locked into position. Right. Right, so it would be stretched into that shape. And then, can I offset this? So I think this will, I'm not really too sure how much. It's not going to be 1.5 millimeters. I'm just doing that for remove, just for funsies. So this, if we want to see what this is going to look like, or if it was going to be a multi-hit, it would be 25.4 new body. And then I would imagine right where it starts swooping up, it'll be, oh, maybe it'd be to like here actually. Is this gonna follow its stuff? I really don't know how to predict that. So I don't think it's gonna be, I think it'll be flared out here. And if it doesn't have a mandrel, it's not gonna flow correctly. Yeah. Anyways, think about that. So for this, we need to have another piece that's on top of that, a mandrel to hold that in place. So when it does go through, so this gets pushed, this could be made smaller. Usually make it smaller to larger, I think, because expanding the metal is easier. But if you meet it like halfway, you can shrink and do it all in the same like sort of series of hits. I wonder how many progressions that this would normally do. Like you start out and then you make it like progressively like this, and then you change the the parts so that it doesn't, so that the material flows correctly. So the other way, make a zero offset of this and this. Whole body on the outside. Just chain selection. Outside, and then we can thicken. Oh, I'm sorry. We have this body here. Turn that off, which is the outside, right? Yep. And then turn this off here too. And that would be, this is the inside, like cavity of what we need to remove. That's interesting. Why do they do 1, 2, 3? Select. There we go. So that's the cavity, and then whatever's over top, I'm just going to make it a cylinder. Let's do, I don't know, maybe, what would they cut this out of? Maybe it actually wouldn't be a square. 200 by 200. It's probably a lot. 50. And then new body. Intersect. No. So that's the inside outside. It's kind of like making a mold almost. Make this into a thing here. Components. New NAS builds. Slider. Slider. Alright, for whatever reason. There we go. So you put the tube on top. And then this here would also have to be like a taper or position, or at least have some stuff here. I have a new body, maybe 15. If we hit this on the radius, so up into that point. Actually, if we did 5, and then this would be 15. New body again. Here inside. Call that, I don't know, 15 degrees or something. And then lock these two together. And then nice, I don't know, 100. Maybe I can't do that far. Wishful thinking. 10. 10 mil fillet. So nice wipe all the way around there. Set wipe. And then these two here. Probably a chamfer. 2. So as that's coming down, so that's already there, and then these edges are what's gonna feel the brunt of it, and then that's the actual dimensional size. The way down, right? All the way up here, and then this gets pulled back. Kajogu. Something like that, I don't know. That's what I was thinking. And then you need tools to hold all this stuff. So the big, maybe this would be even larger, like on the sides, and have rails or have some big things in there. And this would have its base plate, maybe all the pins sticking up. And then this would have its base plate mounting. And you can actually put it into a press. This thing has to come up to like here. So then you put the tube in, and it has to go, maybe this would be like hitting the base plate. So you flop it on there, and it would have to center somehow. put the tube on top, and it kind of sits on top of there. Like you put it on there nice, and then this thing comes in. That guides the center tube, and then it goes up, hits the bottom, and then pushes the whole thing down. Maybe all in one shot. So it does the first progression, second, and then goes all the way forward. So this thing's sitting up, like maybe up pretty high here, off the top, and it goes all the way, you know, down like this. But the other one, or maybe the other one's inside, spring-loaded, so it's like, how do you, one has to go down first and then swipe over top, or you do it all together? I don't even know where to start with that. Or maybe it's just that. That's it. So you put something round in there, as long as it's held in position, it's gonna push the thing down and then eventually stop and then do its final piece to there and away. Yeah. Some cool machining there too. And in tool steel. And how many of those you want to make. The other thing too is that maybe it actually has to come apart. So split into 4 cavities, because it's kind of got like a little furl. So to get that dimensionally accurate, maybe it does have to split apart, you know, like splits apart and then goes back together. And how are those held together? So now you have hydraulics and or toggling clamps, stuff like that. It gets really complicated really quickly. So it's like, if you just had this, you press it on there, and then an ejection mechanism where it just presses it back up again. That's probably just as easy. Or you design it with your clearances and all the rest. So it ends up being, you know, it's like when this thing retracts, or you're literally just working with tonnages, right? So it's like you have your inertia going up and then back up again. It's just going to pull the whole thing up. I want to do some reading with that. That's very, very interesting to me. And we'll just start on that. Let's do forming die collector. Die? Tool, I guess. These are tools. The die is the whole thing, right? Alright, I'm now intrigued. Anyways, it's 5 o'clock. I should have started dinner a half hour ago, but no worries. I'm going to say my 73s, and good luck in the contest. And you guys have yourself a good day. Thanks for dropping in and saying hi if you have. Grim, appreciate you for dropping in. Yeah, take it easy, guys. I will see you again.